Hey, what's up? It's Martin here. Today we have an ambient beat which I made yesterday. Sorry for the inactivity on the channel. I've been kind of unmotivated to record pretty much. And there we go. I feel like my camera is acting weird. Like, is the video not fluent or is it just like OBS messing up with me? Whatever. Today we'll have an ambient beat and I'll break down how I made my ambient melody from scratch, which is something that some people ask me, like, how do you make your ambient melodies? So yeah, I'll be turning this down and explaining it, so let's just begin. I started with this Nexus Piano, which, to be honest, I used this preset called Soft and Tiny, which has a low of low end, and it has both like a bit of low end and high end, and I didn't quite like how it sounded, so I just took down some of like excessive low end and excessive high end, and it's like a pretty filtered piano now. It's a pretty sad melody, you know. I wanted to give a feeling with this melody. So that's the main melody I used. So my whole melody together, it sounds like this. So, okay, let's start deconstructing this melody per se. First, we have this Nexus right here, which is this piano here. So if I first turn off all the effects from the mixer channel, it sounds like this, but the original preset sounds a bit like this. Let's wait for it to load. So my piano originally sounded like this, which is nothing like the actual, like the current result. So what I did was turning in the amp mode, like amp modifier here, I turned the attack up and then the release almost all the way up. You know, if you check on my last preset, the attack is on 45 and the release is all the way up, which is pretty much the same result I got here. And now my piano sounds like this, which is getting closer, but it's not the actual result. So I just took some of the low end out, like most of the low end out, because if you're going to like heavily reverb a sound, you need to take the low end out to not make it be super muddy. So then I added some reverb, which looks like this, and I took low end and most of the high end out because it had like really intensive high end that I didn't like how it sounded, so I just took it out because it was like collapsing with other sounds. So now it should sound like this. And yes, you can get sounds like these off of Nexus and your like native PSTs, you know, you just need to know how to use them. You can actually make ambient using Nexus. So let's delete this. And then we move on to this second patch right here, which this is something I do so much in like most of my ambient beats. I'm using the same mixer preset, but this is how it would originally sounded. This preset mute guitars is a preset I really like, you know. You may have heard the same preset in like EDM music from the 2000s because it's super popular, and I don't think there's not a single producer that hasn't used this at least once, you know. It's a pretty common sound. It's on the plugged folder, PL Mute Guitars 1. So I turned the attack, sorry for that was weird. I turned the attack up until we pretty much have a pad. And then I added the same reverb, the same exact mixer state. And that's how it sounds. And then we have this pad, which I don't think I did pretty much anything to it. Yeah, it's the gated pads DG massive gate, sorry. And I as well added, you know, EQ, reverb, and intense reverb, and I took some more high end and some more low end, you know. You can check the EQs, and this one is like more EQ'd per se. And it's the same melody. And now it's when we get to the interesting parts. I'm using Repro 5 This is the SY Road to Nowhere from Sounds Divine, and it sounds a bit like this. Usually, without any effects, this would sound a bit different. So this would sound like this. So what I did was adding one of my mixer presets from here. I think it was the Secret Melody Mixer 3, I'm pretty sure. I don't remember right now, but we can try. Pretty sure it's this one. I use this one a lot. No, it's not this one. It's this one? I guess. No, it was this one. Brah. Yeah, there we go. It's a mixer preset I add to some of my contour melodies, and it, I don't know, it's like presets I have done already to like chop my melodies up. And this is a mixer preset on my Stash 2021 drum kit, which it's linked down in the description. I actually, all the drums in here are from that same drum kit. So, well, if you want to check it out, it's all the drums I use. It's like export of drums from my actual beats and mixer presets and BST presets from my beats. So then we have Nexus again. So it sounds a bit like this. I actually don't remember what this is. It's PL Cremalog. And I just have this thing laying around, which I'm pretty sure it's this preset, but I will not try it, because if it's not, then I have to like remake this. Let's just show it. It's this reverb thing Arman made in Pretty Convolver. Shout out to Arman. EQ, Grossbeat doing weird stuff, Valhalla Room, parametric EQ, and then a halftime. We have this Diva texture I just added to have like, this is stuff I'm adding, it's just to have like more sounds in my melody. And this is the pad preset. It's Echo Boy and some EQ taking annoying frequencies out. And finally we got this plug that's somewhere around there. It's the PL Throwfi. I remember this is from the VST presets. It's Serum and it's the ambient favorite. This oscillator had like +7 semitones, so I just took it down to 0 to make it sound like actually in tune and not weird. And this is how it sounds. I just added reverb again. I'm pretty sure it's the same preset. I just wanted this to be like super reverbed. And this is how the melody sounds together. I quite like this melody a lot. You know, it's like pretty sad, melancholic. It brings a lot of emotion and feeling. And this is how the drums sound like. This is a sub, and I don't know why they're not sounding. That's weird. Maybe I just have them turned off, you know. This is my sub. It sounds like this. Sub 4 for my drum kit, and the master I just have a parametric EQ boosting the high end and the soft clipper. Regular clap, hi-hat, so for this hi-hat what I did was just using my regular, the preset I use every single time I make beats, which is from my experimental sound kit. It's the hi-hats. It would sound like this if not. So it definitely adds a lot, you know. And then I added some Pretty Convolver like this. I actually used a preset. I don't remember from where I got it, but yeah, it's what adds this like I don't know if you can hear it, but it adds like some more reverb in the end. If you have a snare, it's not doing much. And this perk right here. And that's literally it. It's a pretty simple beat. I think I made it in like 1 hour or something. I'm not quite sure. Yeah, 1 hour and 3 minutes. So yeah, I hope you liked it and I hope you learned something. What I want to leave as a lesson maybe is that you don't need expensive VSTs to make like ambient melodies or whatever. You don't need Omnisphere. You don't need I don't know. I cannot think of more VSTs, but you don't need Omnisphere, for example. You know, if you have Electra-X and like Expand, you can also make ambient. You know, it's a matter of like if you know whether you know how to use your VSTs or not. The first thing you need to know is that you can literally turn any sound into ambient using reverb and playing with the ADSR. And ADSR is this thing right here. It's this panel right here. Let me explain it using FL Studio. This is the ADSR. It's the envelope. So basically the attack is how much when you press this 808 it takes to make sound, you know. In this case it has like a really long attack, but you hear that. It's how long it takes to when you press the note to make any noise. The hold is how long it's going to be held, you know. I stop pressing the Q and the 808 goes away. The hold is something you were like rarely find because it's pretty much like it's something I have only found in FL Studio, this hold knob, but it's good knowing what it does. The decay is how long it takes to like decay. Actually, it's pretty simple. Sustain and release. The release is once you ended up pressing the note, how much it will keep making noise for. So it's pretty simple to understand, but you need to manage these two concepts to make ambient, you know, knowing how both, like, if you already know how attack and release work, you can make ambient, literally. Just, you know, it's a matter of like turning your attack up a little bit and turning your release up a little bit, and you already have a pad, and you can make a pad of any noise. And I can prove it right now, you know. So let's just copy this Nexus right here. Let's go to a clean mixer state. Let's go to plucked. And let's go to mute guitars 1. Let's pick another one because I have already used this sound. BC Bells 1 or BC Bells 2. I think this one was cooler. Yeah. So, and now let me just grab my melody, which should be around here. Yeah. Make a new pattern. And you have your ambient melody just made out of Nexus playing with the attack and release, you know. Once you know how to use these two knobs and any VST, you can make ambient using any VST. You just need to know what attack, release, and reverb do. What I did here was turning the wet all the way up. So basically I make my sound very wet. I add all the reverb I can add, and I take the dry down, because if I had my dry up, you would still hear the like dry sound actually. So if I take it down, and now I don't have the dry sound, which is the sound without reverb, and I only have the sound with reverb. I took the decay all the way up, and the decay time is one, like, how long does the reverb take to stop making effect? It's literally the same knob. Like, it's like release but on reverb per se, and it's 20 seconds, so it's a really long tail per se. And my bass, I took my bass, you know, all the way down because you don't want bass. I added a very like big size on your reverb. It's like this cylinder right here, and I cut it lows. I'm actually gonna EQ the sound to make it more like concise and precise. So I don't think it needs much EQ, but I would like to take some of this muddy frequencies out of there. And you can add a halftime if you want or whatever. You know, and there you have a really ambient sound, which I think could actually fit in this beat. but it's none of my plans adding its sound I want. But you know, I just showed you how to make any sounds like the ones I used here using any VST. You could use X-Men 2, for example. Let me grab X-Men 2. And now you have here the same thing: attack, decay, release, cut off, and like envelope depth and fine tune. You just play with attack and the delay and you're done. And that's it. You can apply this to any VST. You can use this on any VST you have or you use. You can learn how to make melodies like this. One extra step is reverb. Reverb will always, like, you know, because sometimes you can hear when you like stop like pressing a note and you press another one, you can hear that even though you have a strong attack or release. So that doesn't sound good. So you can always complement that with like a bunch of reverb and make your melody super wet. So yeah, that's how to make this like kind of melodies, like ambient melodies using Nexus or any other VST really, but I'm just using Nexus as a demonstration. And this is how I make my ambient beats. So well, I hope you like this. Well, if you like this video, leave a like, leave a comment, suggest me what I could make next. People requested me to make like mixing vocals tutorial, but I'm not good at that. I don't want to make a video pretending like I know what I'm doing when I don't, and I'm maybe be showing people bad practices and stuff. I'm not good at mixing vocals. I'm like, I wouldn't feel confident making a video on that. But you guys should definitely check on YouTube because there's many very good videos. Slappy has a video with like an actual professional engineer, I think it was, mixing vocals. It's like 2.5 hours, but I really recommend it. And I'm forgetting stuff to say. Yeah, subscribe. We're close to getting to 700 subscribers. It's a lot because we're growing like super fast, which is something I didn't expect. And thanks to my 2 new Patreons, I love you all, guys. Thank you for making me and letting me pursue music as my, well, it was my hobby, but no, it's also my part-time job. So thank you all. And this FLP will be linked down in the Patreon, so it's $6 a month and you get access to this. So yeah, I hope you like this video. See you in the next one. Bye bye.